Dear all, it's Mrs. Classic Film Fan of Classic Hollywood MTC, conveying my profuse apologies for yet another delay in getting new episodes out once again. As you all know, coronavirus has had an impact on everyone, not least of all me. Happily, I've not caught it, but as a British civil servant working for Her Majesty's government, its footprint has walked all over my job, pushing my workload further into the stratosphere. But do not fear, as and when I can, I'm beavering away on my next podcast episode, which will feature the late great Greer Garson, whose acting talent and spirit was so vital in keeping up the morale of the British nation during World War II. There's no doubt that her talent would have been of much benefit to us today in these tricky times if she'd been around. Also, as and when I can, I have been reading some new film publications, and in doing so have discovered two fab gems, which you may want to consider for purchase as your very own Christmas treats. The first is a fab biography of Cary Grant by Scott Eyman. Eyman has an established track record as a biographer, having penned a number of intelligent biographical tomes on John Wayne, Louis B. Mayer, Mary Pickford, and several other Hollywood greats. His work is often well researched and full of informed assessment of the professional and personal lives of his subjects. And so it is with Eyman's latest on Grant, recently released by Simon & Schuster under the title Cary Grant, A Brilliant Disguise. Eyman is able to provide a comprehensive description of Grant's almost Dickensian childhood in Bristol, his troubled relations with his parents, and the impact of all of that on his rise from the bottom of the show business pile in British Music Hall to the splendour of his fully fledged Hollywood stardom. By the time I finished reading this clearly written and unpretentious work, I felt I knew who Cary Grant actually was, which takes some doing given the long-known elusive nature of the facts of his childhood, early career and true personality, which he expertly covered up with a talent and image that he worked on and crafted with singular skill and effort. There's a fair bit of new information about Grant which reflects the extent of Eyman's research. Mr. Eyman is clearly a hard worker, which is not always the case with those who specialise in telling us about the world of Hollywood. What I particularly liked was the balance Eyman seems to be able to draw between respecting his subject and avoiding excessive reverence. Grant, as well as all the movie stars of the great studio era, was a human being, not a god, which makes his and their achievements even more interesting, and frankly, given some of what Eyman conveys, absolutely startling. You can get Eyman's book from the usual book outlets, including Amazon. But for more information, check out the link that has been placed in the notes to this episode, and/or type in the title of the book into your Yahoo, Google or other search box, and up the details will pop. The second book I would recommend is Cursed Horror Stars by Mark Iverson, published in 2015 by Telos Publishing Limited. The book is available from all the usual reading outlets, including a nicely priced Kindle version in Amazon. Iverson has been a horror movie buff since he was so high. His book consists of a collection of short biographies of 5 of the great horror and thriller stars of yesteryear, including Lon Chaney Jr., Peter Lorre and Bela Lugosi. The rolling theme for all who are covered is the lows as well as highs of the careers of these men and the challenges they faced when they tried to move away from the movie roles which brought them stardom, but most of all, irremovable typecasting. Iverson's writing is clear and full of interesting anecdotal touches, which reflect his enthusiasm and respect for his subjects, as well as his detailed knowledge. The book is fun and sad in equal measure, giving the reader a taste of what it was truly like for those individuals to provide the entertainment that they did. If you love your classic horror movies, Mr. Iverson's book is the one for you. That's it from me. Please stay safe. And in case my Greer Garson episode does not emerge until the new year, have a very Merry Christmas.